So, just a quick recap then, Jane. What we're aiming to do here with this project is explore youth development in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, how effective it can be, how positive it can be. Yeah. So, how long have you've got two children, haven't you, that train here at the gym?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
How long have they trained here for?
Since November, so yeah.
Yeah, so
end of November.
Yeah, nearly coming up to 4 months now. Have you noticed any changes like in confidence then since they've started joining?
Yeah, well, Henry really didn't want to come because he had tried taekwondo, I think, in the past, and although him and his sister just fight loads at home, so I kind of guessed that he might enjoy it, but we really didn't want to come, and so getting him over the threshold was just a big thing for him. He lacked the confidence to do that. He just didn't want to do it, and then on that very first session I just saw him break out into a smile, and I thought, that's it, he loves it. And he's not looked back straight away then. Yeah, but he just, he doesn't like trying anything new. He's very sort of set in his way, so oh, good. Yeah, that was a really good breakthrough. So I think that'll help, like maybe trying other things, he wasn't keen on trying this, so.
Absolutely. And Jessica, did she join around the same time?
Yeah. They started at the same time.
Like notable changes in her confidence levels since joining, or can be like on the mats that you've noticed, off the mats at home?
Oh god, yeah, definitely on the mats with her. She was probably, at least for the first month or so, I felt like she didn't really know how to put that effort in, if that's the best way to describe it. And now I can see it, like her face is trying, so hard. And she shows me all the, she likes doing the warm up now at home.
Yeah.
So she gets me to do that.
So in terms of like the warm up and just stuff, can you see the physical side of it, like the physical exertion, how that can help them here?
Oh, definitely. Especially, is it the raises? I don't know what maybe you call it.
What, the core exercises?
Yeah, the core exercises. Yeah, especially I've noticed. Especially with Jess, actually.
Right.
Because I think she was probably a bit weaker to start with in that area.
Good. Yeah. So, I mean, I've noticed a lot of changes in both of them since they've started, in terms of just the progression on the mats, in terms of ability and stuff. Obviously, I don't see them at home like you do, so I'm just wondering, like, if they've changed any behaviours at home that you can maybe associate with training here. Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Henry's sleep is a bit better, especially on the days, that he's sort of come in here, because he does struggle to go down at night. He's got a lot of energy to burn. Yeah. So it's really good to have that something for him to focus on. So yeah, he goes off a lot. He's on Monday and Wednesdays. Yeah.
And maybe what about in terms of like the social side of it? Have you noticed he's made many friends, or Jessica's made friends here that?
Yeah, I don't know. Henry he struggles probably a little bit more to make friends. So, but one of his classmates is here, and they're definitely a lot closer. Again, they used to be really close when they were younger, but
right. So she brought them together a little bit. That's nice.
Yeah, whereas Jess, she kind of tends to integrate quite easily. Yeah, they're very different characters.
Because I mean, there are loads of different characters here in there. Sort of come together.
Yeah.
In terms of like life skills and stuff, have you noticed? Because you put in uncomfortable positions quite a lot on the mat, even for the kids with specific training and stuff. Have you noticed that they've developed any life skills, maybe resilience or overcoming them uncomfortable situations? Because I mean, I've seen it on the mats, definitely, like, in terms of their ability to overcome it has improved.
I don't know really. Probably with a bit more time, definitely. And I think, if they're faced with like uncomfortable situations, I can see where this would definitely, help them. But yeah, I suppose they might not have had that at home just yet.
Yeah. Oh, that's good then. So in terms of like emotional, maybe self-regulation, have you noticed, or physical, sort of, we've noticed on like how the core strength and stuff has improved and stuff. Would you say that maybe they're a bit calmer or anything like that in terms of emotionally, or?
Yeah. Again, I think, like I was saying, Henry has a lot of energy. He watches telly standing up. He doesn't really sit down. So, I think it's definitely helping, regulate him there, and emotionally. He had to. He had to isolate again for 10 days recently. And last year it really sent him over the edge. He really didn't cope with it very well. But this time round, I think, it really helped him. And,
good. And you think this training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu helped him overcome that?
Well, he's kind of got new focuses now.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, and so we were, I was doing a little bit of, practice with him at home.
In terms of just progression then as well, just we'll touch on this last point.
Yeah.
They've both been given a stripe by now, I assume.
Yeah.
So how do they feel when they get that sort of recognition that they're progressing towards something?
Oh wow, they were just so over the moon. Honestly, they were so thrilled to get that. Yeah, and even yesterday they were both saying, we feel like we're getting a bit closer to the next one. We can, they were saying themselves how much they feel, they're progressing, and that's really nice that they recognise it themselves. So.
Because the professor speaks about it quite a lot, about the delayed gratification and how important that is in instilling the kids sort of thing, learning to wait for it when they've earned it. And I think that really helps, even though like a stripe on a belt is just a piece of fabric, it's what it represents. And then the new belt, it's just... comes like the milestone.
I couldn't believe how how thrilled they were, and sent the photos on to the grandparents and everything, and
brilliant.
I think they in fact Jessica even took her belt into school to show and tell. She was that proud.
Oh, that's ace.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
I think it beats a reward on a Xbox or a PlayStation.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So, no, that's brilliant. Thank you for that, Jane.
That's all right.
I think we've got quite a bit there. So suppose we can stop.
I'm sure there's loads of stuff.
I'm
sure there's loads of...
if you can think of anything off the top of your head that I haven't touched on.
I don't know, but like they both do talk about it a lot to their friends, and like sort of show them what they're doing, and there's a couple of friends that sort of trying to persuade to join and have a trial session.
That's good. So obviously they can see the benefits then from it, and to try and persuade all those, which is good.
Yeah. And sometimes we have a talk about the the word. If I'm here and catch what the word of the week is or whatever the phrase is, we sometimes have a bit of a chat about that. And
so that's really good. We'll comment on that. So we have a word of the week every week, and it might be one week it might be discipline. One week it might be
discipline this week, wasn't
discipline
it?
This week, community, inspiration, and we'll sort of try and explain like in depth sort of what they mean to the kids, and see if they can relate and understand. And I think it's not something that maybe get from school.
No.
So I think
it's learning about that in reality, isn't it, and applying it to what they're actually doing. So so there's all these other little benefits that you wouldn't have expected from coming to this class like that.
Absolutely.
So I think that's why it's so brilliant.
And I think that's what differentiates it from maybe your normal sports, football or rugby or something. You don't kind of get that philosophical underlying background from them. Even though it's not, in your face, like you say, it's just little takeaways. That I think it's quite rare.
So there's all those little bits that I hadn't expected, which really add to the whole joy of them coming, I suppose.
Oh, that's brilliant.